Good morning. Good morning. I'm Comic Man Andy, and it's not Wednesday. Stay tuned. New comic book day Thursday. See, it's not Wednesday and it's the morning time. I'm not prepared for this. Hey, yeah, it's not Wednesday. It's Thursday. We had a great time hanging out last night with Los and his 2-year YouTube anniversary. So go ahead and check that out. Check out those giveaways that he did. Sub him up, support him. But yeah, nonetheless, new comic book day, anyways, even if it's a 12 hours late. But yeah, here we are. This is kind of fun in the morning. I might consider doing this on Thursday mornings. We'll see what happens. But Herminio Reyes Jr., good morning, sir. Good to see you. Thanks for stopping in. And a few people hanging out in the chat here. Perry Comics, good to see you, man. William, good to see you as well. Hey, Slim Comics, good morning. Morning, Mom. Good to see you. I'll call you back again soon. Just talked to her this morning, guys. Don't yell at me. I just talked to her this morning. Rye, hey, man. Good to see you. Hopefully your kayaking was a lot of fun yesterday. And yeah, Perry, I was muted. I need more coffee. Yeah, it's Thursday. New comic book day yesterday. But when I picked everything up, I usually pick up my books on my way to work now, put in my shift at work, and then get home. And it's kind of tight fitting this 20-minute video into some of the other stuff that I like to do and like to hang out and watch. So we'll see how it keeps working. But Thursday morning's not a bad plan B, right? I mean, it's not too bad. Ben Compton, good to see you, man. But yeah, so I'm really curious what everybody else is excited for this week, and really looking forward to reading. I know John's Comics with Kids just had his premiere drop this morning, and I know they did their new comic book day read last night, and that's where I'll start off with is DC books. John read Rorschach last night. John and Alec White Whale. I don't think they enjoyed it as much as I did. I actually didn't mind this. I liked it. And I think the way it's written and the way this first issue ends, it leads a pretty good opening for something fun. I'm going to give it a shot. I'm going to go at least the first 3 issues and see where that goes. Hopefully they do something well with it. I like the character. I like the idea of the story. But go watch John's Comics with Kids and White Whale Comics review of the book. But yeah, sticking with DC still. Dark Knight's Death Metal number 4. Like I said, this is a series that I'm just kind of grabbing, piling up. Haven't read any of them yet. But because it's a 6-issue series, we're only 2 away from that being done, and then I'm going to sit down and binge the whole thing. And that's it for DC. I spent a great deal of time staring at the DC shelves, and that's just kind of what grabbed my attention this week. Yeah, Marvel. I'm going to say a lot this morning. I'm not really as caffeinated as I want to be. Ooh. And Marvel. You know, X of Swords is going on. I got to give a big shout out to my LCS because Cable here, Cable number 5, many of us at my LCS dropped Cable after like issue 3 and were like, just not interested. And then a lot of us slept on the fact that the X-Over event was going to include every title. So this was under-ordered at my LCS. FOC had passed, and then all of a sudden everybody's like, oh yeah, I'm reading X of Swords. I need a copy. Big shout out to my LCS for actually going out of their way to cross trade inventories with a neighboring LCS at a different town. They ran out there, they traded some of the stuff that they had excess of, so they get some extra copies of this. So that means the rest of us on the pull list that wanted to read Exoswords, we're going to be able to without having to wait 2, 3, 4 weeks. That's my own fault. I should have known better. Drew and Carson and a lot of other people taught me, crossover events. You're going to have to pull everything, or at least go to your LCS and ask for everything in that event and let it take care of you. And I slept on that at the beginning. I didn't ask for everything for Exoswords. I figured I just manage it on my own, and I failed. But yeah. Speaking of Exoswords, Hellions number 5. I haven't even started reading Exoswords, so I'll just burn right through these. I'm just stacking them up, collecting those up. About halfway caught up on my X-Men stuff. I think I'm still about 2 weeks behind before I even get into Exoswords. New Mutants as well. And the handbook. The handbook should be a huge help for me, because usually I'm that one person that will read a series or a crossover event and be like, I wish there was something a little more explaining what's going on here. Once in Future number 12. Now, this has been a fun read, and hopefully it continues to be fun. And this will be my next read as soon as we get done off of here. I'm actually going to sit down and read this one. I read Rorschach, and I read some other stuff this morning. But that'll be my next read, number 12. And once again, I lied to you guys. Said I was done buying reprints. I done goofed. I shouldn't have even made that promise, because Once in Future second printing number 8. Originally, when this started coming out, I asked my LCS to pull all covers, all prints, all everything. So it goes right to my pull box, and they order it for me. And I had forgotten all about that. So I'm not going to not buy it if they've taken the time to order it for me. If I made that commitment, I'm going to get it. And I wanted the second print of Stillwater number 1. I really enjoyed that story quite a bit. Kind of a sleeper. It reads kind of slow at first. It's kind of like, man, where's this going to go? And then all of a sudden it smacks you in the face with something pretty decent. And I just like the second printing of the gray color with the yellowish, orangish font up top. I like the way it looked. I figured, what the hell? I enjoyed Stillwater. I'll just grab the second printing. And when it comes to second, third, fourth, fifth prints, this didn't seem heavily ordered. There weren't a lot on the shelf. There were only a couple. And I'm like, it's a scratch-off lotto ticket if Stillwater ever gets good. And if I ever decide to let go of Stillwater, I'd rather sell a set, a cover A and then a second printing together as a group instead of just one cover A. Who am I kidding? I never sell comic books. They just migrate to my house and never leave. My pick of the week, though, I really did enjoy this. I almost didn't pick it up. I read about it online. I kind of really enjoyed the premise of the story at first, and then I had some hesitations. I had some reservations, but We Live number 1. It's a very disarming story at first, but there is some creepy, dark shit just waiting to happen in this story. At least give the number 1 a shot, and the second issue. If you like sci-fi fantasy stuff, kind of dystopian world kind of stuff, give at least the first 2 issues a try. And if you don't like it, pass along to somebody else that might, maybe recoup 80% of your cover price and just give somebody a really good deal on a couple of good books. And it's We Live was my pick of the week. I know John said he really enjoyed that as well. I'm excited to see where that title goes. And it's from Aftershock. I don't have a lot of Aftershock titles on my pull list, but that one's going to be on there regularly. And there's less glare. Let's tip them over. Let's let them all fall over. So that's my pulls for the week, and I'll hit up this chat again. Dude, yeah, Ben Compton, I agree. Perry's reviews are epic. It's just kind of hard to keep up with them, so I have just a save list of Perry reviews, so that I can one of these days when I get some time, I can sit and click play and just watch all of them in a row. Awkward silence and a sip of coffee. Ode to Pocan Joe. Herminio, yeah, man. Oh, I appreciate it, dude. I love hanging out with you guys. This channel will always be my bridge to this community to get to hang out with you guys and get to talk comic books. I really do appreciate it. Thank you to the 11 people hanging out and watching this morning. Don't forget, this is your first time to my channel. Consider, subscribing and hit one of those reaction buttons down there and tell me what's up. Share some comments. And they rarely enjoy books. Ah, yes, that's funny. That is true. Speaking of White Whale and John, that's pretty good. Yes. I bet the editing's got to be a lot of fun with that stuff, man. The shiny cover for Death Metal, I actually thought that was pretty slick. Yeah, it is. Herminio, it is hard to keep up with all the X-Men titles. I'm hoping the Exoswords will be. I'm hoping for some breathing room between Exoswords and the that Null event coming up this winter. Because I could really use a couple of weeks. I could use a month of not a lot of pulls, not a lot of work. This was a nice week because I felt like half the stuff that I need to read, I was going to set aside and read at a later date anyways, the X of Swords event, and there were a lot of fun reads in here for me this week. Once in the Future is a fun read. Hopefully they keep it up. They keep the pacing. I think the pacing is what's really helping with that book. The way it's paced out, and you get those two characters together. As long as it's fairly well written and the pacing's good, I think that's going to be a lot of fun. Would you add Once in Future on your list? Maybe look for the trades too. Maybe try to get the trades cheaper or go digital if money's becoming a thing. Because I'm definitely going to make a conscious effort for 2021 to cut back my pulls. I really am, and it's time, money. One of those things. And Rye, you plan on reading it after it's over? Okay, agree with you, man. Some titles just read better as a trade. Nice. Oh yeah, you talking about We Live? That was a nice little thing. So in We Live #1, you open up that first page, you read that first page. There's a QR code in the bottom that you can click with your phone, and it'll bring you to a YouTube video of original music for the title, which I think is actually really cool. Yeah, Perry does reviews, comic reviews, movie reaction stuff. Perry does some awesome stuff. What's good about Perry's channel is everything he does, he's really passionate about and really into, and that pours over and pours through. That's why those videos are always a ton of fun with Perry. Yeah, let's hit this up in reverse. Like I said, my pick of the week, We Live #1. If you like sci-fi, if you like kind of dystopian future kind of stuff, you're gonna enjoy this. At least check out the first couple of issues. I like that a lot. That's my pick of the week. That's my read of the week. I really enjoyed that. Stillwater, the second print. I really did enjoy Stillwater. It's kind of a sleeper hit and then smacks you right up in the back of the head in the last third of the book. And I feel like this was underprinted. Not underprinted, let me rephrase that. Underordered at my LCS. There was only a couple of copies. So, and like I said, if I ever decide to let go of it, then I have a set that I can let go of together. A little more appealing to somebody. Once in Future #8, second print. Like Something is Killing the Children and a couple other titles. All covers, all copies, all printings I have coming, and I just kind of forget about that. #12, Once in the Future. This will be my next read this morning. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and leave that right to the side because I'm going to read that here in a little bit. X of Swords Handbook. I wonder, tell me guys if you think maybe I should read the handbook first before I start the event. I almost kind of wonder why they don't release like a handbook or something like that before the event starts. Probably a lot of spoilers. I don't know. But tell me, guys, should I read the handbook first before I read the event? Somebody let me know. Drop a comment down below. Kind of rhymes a little bit there. New Mutants, X of Swords event. Yep. Hellions too. So I was actually lucky that I was able to get all of the X of Swords books this week. Cable, #5. Like I said, lucky with that one. Really appreciate my LCS going out of their way to get extra copies, even though they technically couldn't. If they had to order more, wait for another reprinting or something like that. The demand was higher than the supply. Death Metal #4. Super shiny, super awesome cover. I'm really looking forward to reading this death metal series. I've heard good things. And Rorschach. I'm going to give this at least the first 3 issues to try out. I think John and Alec might want to do the same, because I've noticed some stuff in this issue, the way it reads, the way it's paced, that there's some deception going on here. I feel like Tom King's written in a fair bit of deception. Yeah, those are my polls for the week. Appreciate everybody hanging out. I know it's not New Comic Book Day Wednesday. It's 12 hours later. It's Thursday, but hey, sometimes Plan B is fun. Sitting in the morning having some coffee. I can get the turn the little reading light on and sit back and just read and hang out with you guys. It's really nice. No pressure. It's just nice to hang out. So yeah, Cyborg Dad Mystery. Good to see you, man. Pope Cerebrus. Good to see you. Yeah, I do love the colors. It's really vibrant. I like that a lot. My only complaint with Once and Future is I almost wish I would just pile that up and then read it issue to issue without waiting. That month-long wait in between usually makes me want to go back and read another issue or two. So I feel like I can almost just pile those up and set them aside. But then I'd feel like when the issue did come out, I wouldn't be up with the conversation with everybody that is reading it. So it's kind of one of those things. But yeah, hey, once again, thank you everybody for hanging out. That's my new Comic Book Day. Rocking the Lords of the Long Box t-shirt. Thank you, TiVo. Thank you, those guys. Appreciate it. And yeah, everybody have a great day today. Grab some coffee. Enjoy some fine weather. Enjoy some sunlight if we can get some sunlight out. That would be awesome. And I'm going to go peace out. Go pinkies out. Catch y'all on the flip side for the next video. Most important part, everybody remember,
be excellent to each other. And party on. Be excellent to each other. And party on, dudes.